quite a lot of fundamental events for this week, though just one today, and that's a speech which we may not really be interested in trading because we don't know the direction that will go. But aside that, from tomorrow, we have quite a number of fundamental events. We have a lot of events from about about 6 events on the euro tomorrow, Tuesday, 23rd. About 6 events on the euro, the manufacturing PMIs and the services PMIs from French, Germany, French manufacturing PMI and services PMI, German flash manufacturing PMI and services PMI, and the flash manufacturing PMI and service PMI itself. And it's like tomorrow is devoted to all the PMIs because the same thing is happening in the UK. We have the flash manufacturing PMI and the flash services PMI. And even in the US, my United States too, the same thing. So I think tomorrow, Tuesday, is the PMI day, for most of these currency pairs I'm talking about right now. Then later tomorrow, we have the new home sales. And please, as you're joining this class, kindly mute your device so that it doesn't cause any distraction. But then Tuesday, that's Tuesday rather. Then on Wednesday, we have some, high impact events. Like 2:30 a.m. on Wednesday, we have the CPI from Australia. Now, you can wake up in the night to actually trade this particular news if you want to. Otherwise, you may just wait for a technical trade in the course of the day. Same Tuesday, we have retail sales and core retail sales from Canada. Sorry, Wednesday, not Tuesday, pardon me. On Wednesday, we have retail sales and core retail sales from Canada, by 1:30 p.m. Now, it's a medium impact event, but that doesn't mean it may not move the market. Retail sales usually move the market, so don't get distracted by the fact that it's medium impact. It could still move the market, and it's happening simultaneously with the core durable goods and the durable good orders from the United States. That will be on Wednesday. And on Thursday, we have the unemployment claims from the United States. That will also, move the market. We have the advanced GDP quarterly unemployment claims and, advanced GDP price index and all those ones. This is really expected to move, the dollar on Thursday. And on Friday, we have a lot of event coming from Tokyo, Japan from 12:30 a.m. The others are tentative, but this is telling us there'll be a lot of activity on the Japanese yen, on Friday early in the morning, which let's say then our nighttime Nigerian time, at least for the one that is 12:30 a.m. The other ones, we don't know specifically what time. It could be in the night, it could be in the morning. We get to know as time, goes on in the course of the week. And the important event on the dollar for Friday will be the core PCE price index and the revised UOM consumer index. So these are just the important news events we can watch out for this week, 22nd to the 26th of April 2024. Now I'm going to flip over to the to the MetaTrader platform to look at potential trades we have technically, for the week. So I'm flipping over to my MT4. All right, so this is the MetaTrader platform, and I'll start my analysis from the USDCHF. Now, the USDCHF will add a bearish outlook on this instrument, last week. Last week, we held a bearish outlook. We projected a bearish, breakout, but then it didn't happen exactly like that eventually. Yeah, there was a kind of bearish movement, which was this particular candle right here. Just a second. There was a bearish movement, which was this particular candle, but then that movement we still believe price could still make a better move in the course of this week when we eventually see a proper bearish breakout on the USDCHF. So I still have that, bearish outlook. I'm trying to draw it again because we have a resistance on that level on the daily. I think I'll confirm if it's the daily, but then most importantly, we have a rising wedge, on the 4-hour time frame. Let's go to the daily or weekly. Okay, so on the weekly, we have a resistance on the weekly time frame. This is the resistance level on the weekly time frame, and we have a rising wedge on the 4-hour. But then before price breaks out, I still maintain the bearish outlook on this instrument. But before the breakout happens, I believe price may still go to touch the resistance here and form a proper double top pattern, then now finally break out. That's my outlook on the market. So I maintain a bearish outlook on the USDCHF this week. And the next instrument I want to look at is the Euro AUD. Sorry, I already marked some of these things with my analysis. By the way, I've already produced the weekly market outlook. I'll be sending out the PDF version immediately after this class. That's why you can see all these lines, on my chart, because that's how I get the Fibonacci levels for the profit taking and otherwise. Now, for the AUD USD, let me start this all over again so that it gets clearer to us. Now, we can see clearly that we have this very big rejection candle last Friday, which technically should lead to, a bullish breakout on the USDCHF. But then I think we have a minor support somewhere around here. Let's go down to the weekly. Okay, monthly. Okay, it's just around either the weekly or monthly, but not too sharp. But even on the 4-hour, we are having a very powerful support level on the 4-hour. I think it's more reflected on the 4-hour compared to the daily and the weekly time frame. So technically, this should make this instrument go in the bullish direction with the rejection candle that we saw from the daily time frame. So I can flip down to my 1-hour time frame, and then expect to see a breakout. I remember telling us last week that I still expect a high probability of an inverse head and shoulder to still be formed out of this. Now, there was a minor inverse head and shoulder here, which already led to the current breakout, but that's not all. On the big picture, we could still end up with a bigger inverse head and shoulder, which will lead to the breakout. And that is more reflected on the 4-hour time frame. I see currently on the 4-hour, we had a rejection candle, as the last 4-hour candle. So you don't expect an outright breakout in the bullish direction from that zone. Rather, price will first come down before going up. So that's why you need to understand market structure before you enter a trade. So I still believe this will, it will retrace to come back to this old support level, then form the second shoulder, and that will be a perfect inverse head and shoulder pattern, and it will break out in the bullish direction. But then in the PDF, I already put all the entry price and the take profit, level for all this. So I maintain. So what I'm saying is after the class, when I drop the weekly outlook, please make sure you get it for all the entry level for all these trades. The entry, the take profit, everything has been put in the PDF. So I expect price to still to retrace and make a breakout in the bullish direction. So I'm bullish biased on the AUD USD. And the next one I have here is the New Zealand USD. And just like the AUD USD, is still the same pattern. It's still the same, kind of trade that we have on the New Zealand USD. On the daily time frame, we also have a rejection candle. I think there's a twist on this one because we have a perfect support. We have a perfect support zone on the daily time frame, and also on the daily time frame, I'm seeing the possibility. Let me zoom out bigger so that we can see this clearly. yeah, I'm seeing the possibility of a double, bottom pattern again, which could lead to a bullish breakout. So daily, from the daily time frame, we hold a bullish outlook, and we can flip down to 1 hour like we did for the New Zealand, for the AED USD rather, and we still end up having, that same inverse head and shoulder will still occur here, which is also better reflected on the 4 hour time frame. You can see the previous candle is also a rejection candle. So price may still make a low before breaking out. So I equally hold a bullish outlook on the New Zealand USD. And the next one is the Euro CHF. Now for the Euro CHF, price also, we had a very big rejection candle last Friday, and technically we should be looking at a bullish breakout. And not just because we had a rejection candle, but if you go to the weekly time frame, you see that rejection candle was resting on a previous resistance zone, turn support, which should lead to a bullish continuation. So that's why we are actually looking for a bullish continuation on this. It's an old resistance turned support level. So we can go down to the 4 hour and even down to the 1 hour time frame and look for the possibility of that bullish continuation. So I can draw my trend line on the 1 hour and draw the second one to form a falling wedge. Now, price has actually broken out of the trend line. Will it keep going straight? I don't think so. I think it will just make a retracement first, in which case we now end up with a pattern that looks like an inverse head and shoulder, which can be this zone, and then breakout. So I expect, a retracement first before the breakout. But for convenience also, check the weekly market outlook PDF, which I'll drop after this class. You have the entry and the take profit level for the Euro CHF right there. Now, another big one is this. Don't miss this one on USD card. If you've entered a sell now, you are not wrong. I mentioned this last week. I think it was on Friday. And for me, this is just a trade of the week. This is a trade for the week because right on the daily time frame, I've been watching this the better part of last week and it's playing out just according to analysis. Price hit a resistance level on the daily time frame. And I know we looked at it even on the 1 hour last week. I think that was last week, Thursday or Friday. And I said that this was going to form a head and shoulder pattern. Price has broken out, below the neckline and it's already bearish. So you can take it as a 1 hour trade or a 4 hour trade. The choice is yours. Because if you go to the 4 hour time frame, it's the same thing. It's a head and shoulder from a resistance level. So this one, if you want to enter a sell now, you are free to enter a sell on this one. But please always ensure you practice risk management, and it's expected to keep dropping, just for the sake of what we're doing now. You can take your profit on each of the Fibonacci levels of your choice. You can open like 2 trades with proper risk management. When we say risk management, if you're trading an account of $1,000, you may use 0.03. So you can do 2 trades on 0.03 with $1,000 account, and you can target Fibonacci 50 and 61.8. If you're having an account less than $300, please use 0.01 and you can still open 2 trades. From the current price of Fibonacci 50 can give you about $60, about 60 pips rather, depending on your account size, 60 pips of Fibonacci 50 and about 100 pips of Fibonacci 61.8. So if you're trading 0.01, that is $6 and $10, that is $16. $16 in current exchange rate is 16,000 Naira. If you're trading an account of $1,000 and I say you should use 0.03, so to 60 pips to on 0.03 will be $18. 100 pips on 0.03 will be $30. 30 plus 18, that will give you $48, which is about 48,000 Naira. So good money. Now, somebody is asking me, what's for 5,000 $5,000 account, how much, which lot size. If you're trading $5,000 account, professionally, you can use 0.5, but I don't advise you do that. That can still be a lot high. So you can use 0.3 lots. It's still very safe for you. It's safe. So with a $5,000 account, you're trading 0.3 lots. That's 16 pips will be how much? That would be 3 times 16. And let's get to know what that would be. I'm trying to use my calculator to get that. 16 times 30 times 3 rather, and that'll be $48. And 33 times 100 pips times 3 would be 300. So I mean, you have something reasonable if you're trading with a $5,000 account with 0.3 lot. That should give you some very, very good profit. So you can ride on with that. All right. Next one I will look at is the AUD card. And this one is just like what we have on the USD card. The truth is that there are a lot of setup today. I had to just restrict myself by not putting everything, just most importantly, also I look at the ones with the highest level of accuracy, high probability, so that we're not gambling here. We're doing what we know is correct and can lead to profit. Now for the AUD card, what we have here is price hitting a support level on the daily time frame with a rejection candle formed last Friday. Technically, we should see an uptrend, a bullish breakout this week. And if I flip down to the 1 hour time frame, you can see I have a falling wedge, and I'm seeing a reversal pattern that looks like an inverse head and shoulder, which will break out upwards. Now it looks like it's selling. It's not a sell, please. The mere fact that you see candles dropping does not necessarily mean it's selling. You need to understand the overall trend. You need to understand that if price is approaching support, it's not the time to sell. If you have other parameters that tells you it's going to buy, you should focus more on that. Okay, Victor Ogbole, at what point can we trade with one standard lot? On the minimum, you need $10,000 to trade on one standard lot. If you trade on one standard lot with anything less than $10,000, that's suicidal. It means you want to blow your account. That's the truth. And sometimes I even still tell my students that you have 10,000 does not mean you should trade one standard lot. Even with your 10,000, you can start with 0.5. You're still going to be safe. So the goal is to keep your capital safe first and now have profits, not to put your capital at risk. If you put your capital at risk, you won't have anything to trade with eventually. So, that's why we use the word trade with caution. Practice risk management. If you practice proper risk management, you will be in this business for long. You understand? Which should be the goal, not just blowing up accounts, up and down. So I hold a bullish outlook on the AUD card. You can get the entry from the weekly market outlook also. And what else do I have? Now I have Dow Jones, DJ30 or US30 also. Now this one can be very volatile. Now the setup I have here is on the 4 hour, but I will advise if you want to trade this, you may wait for a retracement and trade on a lower time frame because of the level of volatility that this instrument is known for. Dow Jones is an index. It's not a currency. It's an index, Dow Jones Industrial Index. Now, on the daily time frame, we have price hit a resistance. Price broke out of that resistance. The old resistance now becomes a support. So we expect a bullish continuation. That's the first reason why we believe we should be buying this instrument this week. Now, the second reason why we believe you should be buying this instrument is because the candle for last week, Friday, was a rejection candle on a resistance turn support level. So that should also give us a bullish outlook on this instrument. And finally, if you go down to the 4 hour time frame, we have a falling wedge pattern. Now, I also believe this may end up with some kind of retracement to test the trend line again before we have a continuation. And this can be seen both on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. So it all depends on your trading style as a person. So I still think this will drop. So if we have the inverse here, this might still retrace then. continue its upward movement. However, if it does not, retrace, there is also a minor resistance somewhere here which we have to take note of, before we can look at a final bullish breakout. So two ways: is either it retraces and breaks, or breaks above the rectangle before we look out for a bullish opportunity. So I hold a bullish outlook, also on the US30 or DJ30. It's actually DJ30 on our platform. For some other platforms, it's labeled as US30, but generally speaking, it's called the Dow Jones Industrial Index. So the next one I'm going to move on to is the NAS 100. That's the NASDAQ. All right, for the NASDAQ, everything is on 1 hour, and for me, this is intraday. For anybody that trades intraday, it's a good one, to look at. It's the same setup we have in the previous instrument, which is the DJ30. You have price hit a resistance, broke above the resistance turned support, and we expect a bullish continuation. So same thing. So I can flip down to the 1 hour time frame, and on the 1 hour time frame, what I have here is a falling wedge. I have a fall I have a falling wedge pattern here, and I'm expecting a breakout from this pattern. Price also, just like the other ones, may do some retracement before breakout. It's very possible. But ultimately, I'm looking out for a final breakout, which will be a bullish one on the NAS 100. All right. And finally, I will look at gold. Now, like I said, we've been very careful with gold in the last 1 week, because gold for now, there's a lot of fundamentals around gold due to the ongoing war between, Israel and Iran. Initially, the emphasis was the war between Israel and Hamas up until last week when Iran got into the picture by attacking Israel. So we expected actually a bullish outlook, but I told you that technically gold is bearish. But because of the fundamentals, there's also the possibility of a bullish bias. So we have to wait to see what happens before we take any decision on gold. For me, I want to look at gold more from the long-term perspective because of this, crisis that is ongoing. From a technical outlook, like I said, if you look at gold on the daily time frame, you will see that price, hit a resistance. There was a rejection candle here, the previous week, and last Friday also a rejection candle. Technically, this should lead to a bearish breakout. You can see that gold looks like if it's selling. That, as it looks like, does not mean you should sell, because there could be a reversal at any point in time. But then for me, I will wait for price to break. If price breaks above this upper resistance zone here, it means gold will go higher, due to the fundamentals. But technically, like I said, technically gold should sell, and I'll be looking to sell if price breaks below the support zone right here. And that's the outlook I've held the whole of last week, and price is yet, price has just been ranging within, this particular zone. So we don't know what will happen this week, but if price is able to break about this support zone, break out below the support zone, then it will be a time, to trigger a sell on gold. All right, so that'll be all from me for the analysis this morning. Let me check the market outlook again. I think I've mentioned all the instruments I have analyzed. I mentioned USD CAD. I mentioned Euro CHF, AUD USD, AUD CAD, New Zealand USD, DJ30, and NAS 100, and also gold. So I think that's all from me this morning for the weekly market outlook. Like I said, Immediately after this class, I will upload the weekly market outlook to our WhatsApp group so you can have access to it and use the information there. See, week in, week out, the outlook has delivered on hundreds of pips every other week. And I can tell you confidently, we've only had one losing week in about 8 months that we started producing this outlook. I started producing this August last year, and that has just been one week that we had a loss all through. Every other week, it's been profit all through. So if you've done a material for 8 months, that's about 32 weeks. One loss in 32 weeks, I think that's quite commendable. So it's something that you can really look at to guide you. And there's been a lot of testimonial people using it and making massive profit in the Forex market. So I'll drop it after the class so you can make use of it. So I attend now to requests. I can see people dropping requests for instruments they want me to analyze. Big Jerry is asking for Euro JPY. By the way, I think I may not be right, but I think Big Jerry, I'm seeing that name, or let me say I'm noticing that name for the first time. So if you are new on the platform, I will say you're welcome. All right, so this is Euro JPY. And on the daily time frame, we have price trading around a resistance level on the daily time frame. So technically, we should be looking at a bearish movement in price. And the current candle on 1 hour, it's looking a lot like a rejection candle. Now, I actually looked at this when I was doing analysis, but the reason why I stayed out is this sharp break up. I'm looking out, I will have preferred a scenario where we have a candle, we have a sector where I can get a proper trend line, though I can see something better off on 15 minutes time frame now. So we have a rising wedge on the 15-minute time frame. All right, so this is clearer now. But then I will suggest you wait for price to break below this minor support on the 15 minutes. So if you have price break below this, then yes, you can trigger a sell on Euro JPY. That's for, I think, Big Jerry or so. And using the Fibonacci tool, let's assume your entry is around Fibonacci 38.2, which is below that minor support zone. This should be for scalping because to Fibonacci 50 can give you 7 pips, and to Fibonacci 61.8 can give 14 pips. So trade this with caution in line with your personal trading style. But I'm bearish on Euro JPY on the 15 minutes time frame. All right, so that's Euro JPY. Next one is GBP USD. Somebody is saying, give us the signal for today. It's in the PDF. I will drop it. This is something that Africans, if you put something in the book, an African man will not read it. That's for Bello Mohammed. I've told you I've done a book. Maybe you are new to this platform. There will still be other signals that will come. Just relax. But there is one for the week that will produce. Just use it. You will make money. I can guarantee you. But you need to read it in the book. So there are so many things I do here that I can't post 10 signals for 10. That would be too burdensome. You understand? So just refer to the PDF. You have everything right there. Now for GPUSD, prices, trading around this uptrend line on the daily time frame. For now, I'm not seeing a direct tradable pattern on GBP USD. So I will advise the person asking about GBP USD to just stay out of this one now. Okay, Bello Mohammed. All right, you're saying you are new here. All right, you're welcome. Now this is PU Prime. We don't just we give signals, no doubt. But it's not just about giving you a signal. The most important thing we do is teaching you how to generate the signal. So it's not just about, we're not like other platforms that give you a signal that you don't know how they generated it. You understand? Here, our goal is to empower you to become a profitable trader by yourself, not just getting random signals that you don't know how it came about, but having the skill, the knowledge to be able to, interpret and analyze the market to know what's happening, thereby getting your signal by your own self. How good will it be when you become a pro and you can know when the market is going bullish or bearish and you can now use that to trade? You understand? So while we give the signals, but the bigger emphasis is on the analysis, which empowers you to be able to analyze and generate signals by yourself. So I hope I've been able to establish that. I will give you a lot of training and education, which is important. You understand? So that on the long term, if you just get a signal, you make some dollars and you are off. You have not gotten empowered with the skill. You keep coming back. We're not saying keep coming. Fine, people are coming back on the platform because they're getting value. But most importantly, our clients are testifying that they can now trade on their own and they are making good profit, which is our greatest joy. So you understand. So I need to clarify that. So for GPUSD, like I said, I personally will be staying out of that for now. And Euro USD. Now for GPS Euro USD, honestly, I didn't see serious clarity on them. And that's why, like I always say, when I do my analysis and I give you the ones I perceive will happen, I mean, will move, those are the ones with the highest level of probability. Any other one you are bringing my attention to, for me, is a grade 2 probability. Like Euro USD, GBP USD, I'm not seeing any strong setup on those two for now. Now, that doesn't mean it may not change later on in the course of the day, on the course of the week, and now have a setup. But at the moment, I'm not seeing any tradable setup on them, at the moment. And thirdly, here we have the UK 100 from Paul Chooks. So let's flip over to UK 100. All right, so for UK 100, price hit a resistance level on the weekly time frame last week, and on the daily time frame, today's candle is testing that weekly resistance. You can see the current candle is testing that weekly resistance. So you can drop down to 1 hour and we can see we have a rejection candle up there on the 1 hour. Let's say flip down to 15 minutes. Now, what we're doing now is what is called top-down analysis. This is not a training class, but I need to let you know that when you're trading Forex, it's better to always look at your chart from a higher time frame and scale down, a higher time frame to identify the trend, which is the direction, and scale down to a lower time frame to pick your entry. So I've done a top-down analysis on the weekly time frame. From the weekly time frame, I saw a resistance. When price hits a resistance, you are actually expecting a bearish movement from a technical standpoint. And I scale down to 15 minutes time frame where I can now see a rising wedge. A rising wedge is equally a bearish pattern. So technically, I'm expecting, UK 100 to go bearish today. This is 15 minutes, so this will happen today. It's not swing. Now, it's possible it may make a head and shoulder. It's a possibility before it drops, or we can have an outright drop. But generally speaking, I'm expecting a bearish breakout on UK 100. And let's look at Fibonacci. Now, if you want to use the Fibonacci tool, now this is strictly for the person taking this instrument. See, it's ideal you stick with the instrument you trade, except you're trying to diversify. This person trades UK 100. It's an index. It's not a currency pair. And indices can be volatile in nature. But if you want to take this for that person asking, I will suggest you make your entry around Fibonacci 23.6. You can put your entry at Fibonacci 23.6 and look at your profit level at Fibonacci 50 and 61.8. So, like I said, two things could happen. Either price forms a head and shoulder and breakout, hitting your entry at this level, or it breaks out downwards. You can see there's been a considerable space between the head and shoulder neckline and the entry, so that it's not as if you enter a sell now and price now takes you back into a retracement mode of some pips. No, if your entry is at Fibonacci 3.6, you are clear from any retracement issue, and you just see that price will go into your desired direction. So that's my outlook on the UK 100. That's for Mr. Paul Chicks. I'm bearish on the UK 100. Okay, Mr. Barra, good news. I need a recorded version of the 3 days webinar. Sure, we'll get it across to you. Okay, Bello Mohammed, you want to be part of our WhatsApp group. All right, I believe you got the link to this morning analysis from a particular WhatsApp group. Just stay active in that WhatsApp group. You'll get any information we pass out from PU Prime from that WhatsApp group where you got the link to this morning analysis. That's for Bello Mohammed. All right, Big Jerry is asking me to check. You're welcome, Mr. Portuguese. Big Jerry is asking me to check AUD USD. AUD USD. I already gave outlook on AUD USD. It shows that this person did not join us early. I said we are bullish on AUD USD. From my outlook, I'm actually putting my entry at Fibonacci 38.2, and you can target Fibonacci 50. Okay, let's say Fibonacci 61.8 and 17.6. Let me just put it that way. So I'm expecting price to still form an inverse head and shoulder before breaking out. So it's possible it sells more. Now, I don't want to use the word sell. I'll use the word retracement, because retracement is temporary movement against established trend. It does not mean it's a trend on its own. So we might see a drop before the final breakout. But if you check the weekly outlook, you see all the entry and the take profit level, for all the instruments I've analyzed this morning. So I'm bullish on the AED USD. And Mr. Emmanuel, of course, like I just joining us too because I've analyzed NAS 100 already this morning. We are bullish on NAS 100. We are bullish on NAS 100 also. Price hits a resistance on support on the daily, and we have a falling wedge on 1 hour. We are waiting for a bullish breakout on NAS 100. So we are bullish on NAS 100. But refer to the weekly outlook, you get all the entry and take profit levels. Ms. Abara, what did I say about your request? I said we'll send the link. We'll send the link to the videos. That's what I said, Ms. Abara. You get it. You get the link to the videos. Okay, I think I've attended to all the requests. If there's another one, you can just drop it in a second as we round up. So if you're new to this platform, this is PU Prime. Our head office in Nigeria is in Abuja at 50 Ebitu Ukiwe Street, Jabi, Abuja. And we also have a regional office in Lagos. So if you happen to be in either Abuja or Lagos and its environ, you can walk to any of those two offices for physical training on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So like Tuesday tomorrow now, there will be a class. It's called the beginners class. It's for those who are new in Forex trading. See, it's good you get a proper foundation in this business so that you can be a better trader. On Thursdays, we have the intermediate and advanced class. So you need to take the beginners class first before you graduate to the intermediate and the advanced level. And I tell you that we have wonderful trainers at these, centers that will train you to become a profitable trader. Now, if you are yet to fund your accounts, if you don't have an account, as I'm speaking right now, I'm dropping the website of PU Prime, www.puprime.com. Go over to the website right now and open a live account. Now, all the value we give at this, analysis this morning, it is all to make you profitable. And you can't be profitable if all you're trading for months is demo. If you've done demo, it's good enough. You know how to place a trade is good enough. Now it's time to start making money. And you only make money when you have a live account. Demo account is for practice. Live account is for making money. So you need to open a live account, verify your account with two documents. One, your government issued ID, which can be your international passport, your driver's license, your NIN or your voter's card. And the other document is your proof of residence, which can be any of your utility bill, which can be your NEPA bill, your water rate bill, your LOMA bill, provided those utility bills are written in your name. If it's not in your name, and you know, for that, for those documents to be in your name, it shows that you are the owner of the property, in quotes, the landlord of the building that you live. But if you are not, there's still not a problem. You can actually use a 3 to 6 months bank statement, for your proof of residence. After you've done all that, you can go ahead to fund your account. Funding your account means you have real money in your account to trade. And you can reach out to us. We have local Naira accounts that you can fund. So you may say, oh, I don't have dollars to put in my account. It's not a problem. We can send our local bank account to you that you can transfer money into. And once you transfer money to that account, your MetaTrader platform will be credited with the dollar equivalent. We're saving you the stress of looking for dollar. Just transfer Naira to us. You get dollar in your account to trade and follow our guide as we're guiding you on the analysis, and other signals will drop in the platform. And I can guarantee you that you will make profit. I can say that. I can beat my chest on that because it's what we've seen over and over again. This is analysis session. We've given outlook for the day and for the week. For those asking for signals, I've given some. You will still get plenty. Just relax. This is PU Prime. I don't want to use the word that we're the peep maker. We don't do those kind of bragging. We don't do it. But then if you stay on this platform, for those who have been with us for a while, they can testify to the things that happen on this platform. Everything 100% legitimate, outlook of the market, legitimate signals, and people are making legitimate profit, on this platform. So open an account today. All right. Mr. Ifan is asking, what is the exchange rate for today? I think in a second, if I can get that, I'll tell you. But if I can't get it now, you can always reach out to your account manager for we operate the floating exchange rate because even as a nation, we don't have a stable exchange rate at the moment. But then I'm trying to check to see if it's been dropped. Normally, we receive it from our head office every day. Okay, I think it's not been dropped for today yet. It's not been dropped for today, but you can just get across to your account manager. The account manager will give you the updated, exchange rate for today, and you can use that to do your funding. But as at last Friday, I think it was. Let me check. Let me be very sure. I think it was about 1,000. Okay, let's just wait. Just reach out to your account manager and get what is applicable for today. Let's not refer back to last Friday because it may not be exactly the same thing anymore. So reach out to your account manager. You get the exchange rate for today. What's my take on USD CAD? It's bearish. It shows you came in late. We are bearish on USD CAD. It's a head and shoulder pattern. In fact, I even gave take profit level for those asking for signal. I said you can enter a sell and already give take profit level. So please, let's always join this class as early as possible. The time is 7 a.m. Mondays to Fridays. So 7 a.m., make sure you are already on the platform. Let me flip over to USD CAD so you can see. We are bearish on USD CAD. It's a head and shoulder pattern on 1 hour, 4 hour time frame, and we already give the profit levels, the Fibonacci 50 and 61.8. So we've done all that. When are we going to start advanced class online? See, the online class is a flexible one, so make sure when we drop the link, you attend the class. It can be intermediate, it can be advanced. It's a general class, but if you want something more structured, if in the physical classes, yes, we can do that. But on the online, it's actually a flexible class. Do we have online class today? Definitely, yes, there'll be online class today. And please don't forget, next week, Friday, is going to be NFP. And we started this initiative where we do live analysis, live signal for NFP. Mr. Bilo Mohammed, we don't drop phone numbers there. Any number you want to send to me, you can send to me through the WhatsApp link, the WhatsApp that sent the link to your WhatsApp group. So we don't drop personalized contact details on this, class. But I'll just oblige you. Okay, you removed it, fine. You can just send it to me privately, and I'll add you. Okay, so like I was saying, so there's going to be NFP live trading session next week, Friday. Make sure you don't miss it. It's going to be strictly for funded clients. And that's why you need to fund your account. You need to open an account if you don't have one, verify the account, fund the account so that you can make money with us when we do NFP next Friday. But definitely there's going to be a lot of opportunities to make money this week. But then we're just telling you ahead of a big one also next week, Friday. What time is online class today? Our online classes is usually 3 p.m. 3 p.m. on Mondays, on Wednesdays, and sometimes on Fridays too. Yeah, anything online class is usually around 3 p.m. So you can take note of that in your calendar. All right, so we've come to the end of today's morning analysis. Please trade safe and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye-bye.